How do you find your God-given purpose in life? Let's figure that out together. I'm a therapist, I'm a clinical director, I've created programs, but believe it or not, I graduated in economics. That makes no sense. Why would I graduate in economics but become a therapist? And the reason is when I graduated, I realized I was not living my purpose. Economics is not what I was built to do. So I had to do some deep soul searching to figure out my God-given purpose. And I'm going to share with you what I did personally so you can understand how to find your own God-given purpose. Joseph Campbell said, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek." There could be nothing truer than those words. The reality is, if you want to find your God-given purpose, you've got to do one thing. You've got to jump into it. You've got to take the leap. You've got to practice courage. You've got to practice vulnerability, or you'll never know. If you stay safe, if you sit on the sidelines your whole life, then you'll never understand what God made you for. So you're going to have to learn how to face some fear. You're going to have to get comfortable failing in order to figure out your God-given purpose. Because when you're willing to jump, when you're willing to take that leap, then you'll start to see it. You'll start to realize why you're here and what God has made you for. I believe that all the addiction, depression, anxiety, that much of it is caused because we lack purpose. We're seeking for something. Addiction is somebody's attempt to find God. Depression is somebody's attempt to shut down because they don't feel like their life is enough. They don't feel like their life is going the way that it should. Anxiety is somebody's attempt to spin and figure things out and make sure that they're okay. But lacking purpose has consequences that we don't often see. When you have purpose, you have freedom. You enjoy life. You step into it. You feel alive. You feel empowered. And most importantly, you feel aligned with God. If this video spurs something in you, if it gets you thinking about searching within and finding your purpose, then please share it with a friend and like the video. Between us and our God-given purpose is one thing, and that thing is fear. Fear is what shuts us down and gets in our way. And that fear is powerful. That fear has made many men and many women spend their entire life doing things that they don't want to do. They give in, they give up, and they resign to the fact that this is what their life is because they're too afraid to take the risk to figure out what their God-given purpose is. Satan, the devil, whoever you want to call it, uses fear to shut you down because he does not want you to find your God-given purpose. He does not want you to create what God has sent you here to create. Those fears are powerful. They're strong. They're automatic at times. Sometimes we can't even see them. But the more you recognize your fear, the more you know what it is, the more you can face it, and the more you can practice acting against it, the more you're going to feel your purpose with God. Here's some examples of the fear that we hear inside. One of the most common ones is, I'm not good enough. Why would I go for that? Or why would I do this? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not beautiful enough. Why even try? I'm stupid. I'm going to fail. All these are examples of reasons why you shouldn't put yourself out there in life, why you shouldn't go live in your purpose that God has given you. Face those fears. Understand those fears. Marilyn Ferguson said, ultimately, we understand that the other side of fear is freedom. And it's beautiful. When you meet somebody who is living in their purpose, it feels like their soul is free. Whether their purpose is to be an amazing landscaper, or they make the best cookies or ice cream, or they're the best filmmaker ever. If that's their purpose, they feel free, they feel alive in it. On the other side of fear is freedom. If you're stuck in fear and you're feeling shackled down, then you're not free. And you might have to face some real fear in order to get out of that and in order to be free. When fear doesn't have the power, then we have the power to create what God wants us to create of our lives. So again, don't give that power to fear. Don't give that power to Satan, but face that fear so that you can align with God and live your God-given purpose. If you liked this video, then there's another video that's going to help you figure out what your purpose is. What that video is what does it mean to have a growth mindset? Go check it out.